5-0 tonight, Sean. We're finally over the line.
Yeah.
Is that a great feeling?
It is, yeah. No, really good. Just to see the sea of yellow and green light behind the goal was just unbelievable. And you know, I told a few of the lads that I think Carnarvon might have been shut like I think tonight, but yeah, no, just relieved. It's been coming threes, to be fair. Obviously getting the news of the domestic licence coming through, then obviously getting promoted on my birthday, and then, you know, winning the league on my mum's birthday, I might add. She's just had a word with me now, so there's a little plug. So yeah, things are coming threes, but I'm just made up for the boys. It's been a colossus effort in what has been a really competitive league. You know, even when Yuan was in charge, you know, I could sense sort of straight away, and I keep referring back to it. You know, even coming back in July, we sort of knew the challenge that was ahead of us, but the lads have risen to it. You know, there's been times of adversity, there's been difficult times, don't get me wrong, but it's football, and you know, it's a football season. It constitutes to it all, and tonight to get a clean sheet here, I must admit, is a good achievement. And okay, the goals might not have been the prettiest, but we're there 5-0 away from home again, another clean sheet, and yeah, like you said, over the line as champions. So I made it. Yeah,
you told me on Saturday this was going to be a tough test today,
yes.
Which it was. Was that something to do with, you know, you did mention the size of the pitch. Did you have to change the game plan?
In a way, yeah, we went a little bit more direct than what we wanted to. You know, the way we thought we could maybe hurt them was maybe working the ball one side and then the big switch, because when you've got the likes of Clive and Gazed and Reese, Chrissy, Nathan, they can hit that one. They can hit that one there with quality. But you know, credit to Junction. They're really in our faces. They look to get organised. They look to make it difficult. You know, a lot of young lads, but I mean, what an experience for them. You know, first and foremost, you know, a big crowd here, and they went right to the end. So I've got to give them massive credit. And you know, I said at the start in my notes, sorry, in my pre-match notes, sorry, that it was difficult. You know, teams have come here. And you know, Junction have nicked a couple of goals against the top sides. You know, Airbus came here and drew. Hollywell, I think, came back in the last 10 minutes. They've beaten Denby twice, so it's a tough place to come. You know, they probably needed a little bit of luck. And in fairness, they definitely finish higher, I feel, if they had a little bit of luck on their side. So, you know, credit to our boys. You know, it was difficult, especially in and around the central areas. But yeah, at half time we had a couple of words and we said, listen, let's just force the issue a little bit. Let's be busier without the ball. Let's do the ugly things better. And yeah, we'll nick a couple of goals, and thankfully we did. It allowed me to make a couple of changes. You know, Crowds, I've got to go on record in saying, has been phenomenal since he's come in. He's been different class. You know, he was an unfortunate one to miss out tonight, but you know, he'll play at Gresford, as will the whole bench at Gresford. Now that we're over the line, we can look at one or two things. And yeah, you know, going back to your question there, mate, it was difficult, but 5-0 away from home, you know, 5 more goals, edging ever closer to the 100 mark, which is good, and another clean sheet. So yeah, happy.
You've just nicked my next question, which was, it's really, you know, you had a few selection headaches tonight.
Yeah, I did.
It's not an easy job, is it?
Not an easy job at all. I spoke to Gaz Evans at the start of the day, and he said exactly the same thing. It is difficult, especially when, you know, you've got an occasion like tonight. You know, everyone wants to be involved, and you know, when we grace the turf next year for our first Welsh Premier League game, you know, I'm expecting a squad of 18, squad of 20. You know, I might have to leave boys out, can't have, you know, sort of 10 on the bench, etc. 9, 10 on the bench, and it is going to be difficult. But you know, people sort of said this week about, you know, Sean Eardley, the rookie manager, etc. You know, I'm learning day by day. Players learn day by day, and yeah, you know, I'll certainly get that sort of stiff upper lip and that backbone, like, that's for sure. And yeah, it's, you know, like I said, every game this year has been a different challenge. We've had to approach games differently sometimes. But yeah, I mean, you know, I turned 31 on the weekend. I'm a young manager, but you know, I think the majority of managers in the Welsh Prem, you know, there are a few young ones in there. So I'm going to be, you know, buzzing for the challenge come the first day. You know, like I said in previous interviews, you know, the planning's already in place. But yeah, tonight is all about the lads there, getting over the line, and rightfully so, going up as champions.
And talking of tonight, I understand that you've gone out for a few beers,
yeah.
So I'm not going to take too much of a time, but I'm just going to go back to what we mentioned earlier on in the season, in that the next interview will be in Welsh.
Yes, it will.
Yes, we're going to
I made a promise. I made a promise, yeah. So before the Gresford game, I've got 10 days. I think I've got 10 days practice. So if you can find me the questions, you know, obviously you can't dictate the game. You don't know what's going to happen in the game, but at the same time, like if I get an idea about the questions, then yeah, absolutely. No, a promise is a promise. So, siarad Cymraeg yn an interview nesaf.
And for me, I'll have the final word this time. Rookie manager or not, mate, you'll do for us.
Thank you. Thanks very much, Paul.
Diolch yn fawr, Sean.
Diolch, dim
Thank
problem.
you.
Dim problem.